Hello, everyone. This is Crusade, and welcome back to another episode on GregTech New Horizons. So we're already on episode 3, which is kind of crazy, and we haven't started any machines yet. So today's objective is going to be getting a steam boiler up online and running. I started work on some quests off camera. Upgrade 2.0, which was upgrading the pickaxe to iron. Getting iron is going to be the next one. Oh, this is cool. It tells you about iron-rich veins. So we're gonna probably go mining before we really start doing anything. So we're gonna do tin and copper, getting bronze, and then that should hopefully get us to the spot where we can start building out a boiler. The one thing we are going to have to do is try to keep this coke oven stocked with coal at any given point, charcoal. So just constantly throwing stuff in there to make sure that it cooks up. There it goes. One thing I did discover is that you can use the creosote oil to actually cook in the furnaces, so it makes things a bit easier. Oh, we can actually hand in a quest right now. We don't have any sticks. If we go to this, so it's literally just a baked potato and a stick. Cool. We'll take pumpkins. This one's like kind of useless. Okay. Next thing is food variants. We need grapes and tea leaves to make a cup of tea and raisins. Maybe you noticed already that eating the same food too often is very boring and not healthy anymore. Some foods like tea leaf can be taken to the furnace and processed further. So take a break and drink a cup of tea. Maybe some tasty raisins as they are very nice. I'm personally not a fan of raisins, but I think we have grapes in here. Do we not? No. We do not have grapes. Do we have tea leaves? I don't think we have tea leaves either. Yeah. So we're gonna have to wait to get that. Unless it is something that we can pull from here. Let's see. Seed bags. Is that another creeper? Oh, it's an ocelot. I walked outside before and I got almost blown up by a creeper. He gave me a dispenser, which was kind of sick. Where is it? Yeah, he gave me a dispenser. So... and I know that's used for quite a few things here. Manual steam trap. Mobs cannot spawn on this block. Alright. Yeah, so... let's see. So we're definitely going to want to get this going. Let's try making this real quick. So woven cotton is a bunch of string. So we need 6 string. We have a ton of cotton here. Whoops. Okay. And it's just string and cotton. Oops. How many do we need? We need 6. Okay, we're gonna need quite a bit here. Alright, so that should be enough string. I believe we have more cotton somewhere. Nope, we did not. Okay, let's sleep real quick. think there's another creeper out there. Oh. Wait, let's try to get this Enderman up here. Come on. What is happening? Is he not targeting me? This creeper is. Thank you, creeper, for blowing up on me. Ow. I heard him. He's like right over here. Yep, he's right there. Cool. Enderman head and ender pearl. Nice. That is pretty good for us. And let's grab some cotton here. Oh, we actually got a bunch of things that we can collect. Oops. I think we need the empty hand. Alrighty. It should be enough cotton. At least I'm hoping. Luckily, food is starting to become less of a worry for us. That makes things a lot easier. This is not spreading. Well, there's our grapes. Look at that timing. Now I'm pretty sure you just smelt this. Yeah, you just smelt them. So let's get ourselves a bucket. Oh, it's up here. Grapes. Thank you. Oh, actually, before we do that, grape seed. That'd probably be a little bit more helpful. Throw that in there for now. We have blueberry seeds. Have eggplant seeds, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. So let's craft this up here. So that should be all 6. And then we need leather and string. Which I don't think we have enough string for. Oh, we might be close. Probably not enough. So this is left hand. What slot does this go in? Ring slot. Okay. We literally need a little bit more string here. Luckily, we have some bone meal. Cool. All right, let's bring this back up. And then if we do this, should have enough string now. And then we can make the glove. We already have left hand, so we need the right hand. Perfect. I will claim that. We can make punji sticks, but we do not have... Actually, we have everything. We just need to plant the sugarcane, which I have not done yet. That's going to be a farm I got to make at some point. Oh, wait, hold on. That gives us bamboo saplings. And then we can hand in the quest on this, which will give us bamboo. And more saplings. Okay, so maybe it is worth getting that done. Whoops. Alright, so let's go plant the sugarcane real quick then. That makes things a little bit easier. Oh, and let's place that in here. There we go. Before we forget. That's just such a random hole. Why is there so many squids? Alrighty. So let's place that along there, and that should be hopefully everything that we need. I really do not like these grass blocks, man. I know I said that in another episode, but it's annoying how much there is. Okay. So let's go back up. We'll collect those olives because we can definitely use that for some food. Looks like just the one. And I haven't eaten a potato, a raw pork chop, or a pork chop. I know, raw pork chop. Yuck. Oh, curry leaf. Probably want seeds for that, correct? You make seeds? Yep. Can you make peanut seeds? I don't think you can. Oh, you can make peanut seeds. Okay. So we got that one going now. All right, so this is where I'm going to pause and come back. I am going to go mining for some tin and copper and iron, and then I'll be back once we have some stuff that we can make. Okay, so I am back from that little mining trip, and I actually just went straight down in our own base, which is kind of nice. Stops me from having to go and do some crazy exploration. Luckily, we have another vein that is relatively close. That will be our tin vein up in this top right corner is what I'm looking at. So what we are going to do is make some tools so that way we can start building out some machines. But we're going to have to go back mining to get copper and tin still. So we're not going to be here for too long. So hammer is relatively simple. It's just this with a stick. So there's our hammer. Wrench is relatively simple. It's literally the same pattern, or a wrench pattern with the hammer in the middle, or top middle. So if we do that, we got ourselves a wrench. And then we need a file, so we need 2 plates, which we can make with the hammer. I believe it's that. Yeah. So let's get 2 plates. And then make the file. Okay, so there's the file. We need a screwdriver, which is a file and hammer with some sticks. It looks like we need to make some iron rods. So these are just going to be filed ingots here from what it looks like. So we need 2 of those. All right, so we got 2 rods. And then if we go and do this, and then we need, whoops, I cannot craft. We need a file and hammer, and there goes us the screwdriver. And now we need a saw, which is a saw blade, which is just a file with 2 ingots on the side of it. which is not too bad. Oh. Does it have to be plates? I feel like that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's 2 plates. Okay. So we need that. So we need 2 plates. And then we need not the screwdriver, the hammer, and the file. And that gives us a saw blade. And then it's just literally a stick in the saw blade. So stick, saw blade, there we go. So now we have some basic tools. Cool. So let's claim that. And that's going to open up a lot of new things for us. So there's a better furnace. We're going to need to do this quest, which requires wooden door. How do you make bolts? Okay, so it's a saw, and iron. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Planks, trapdoor. That's not too bad. Okay, let's do that recipe real quick. So we'll throw that in there. So iron screw. Okay, and then we need a ring, which is an iron rod. Whoops. There we go. Oak trapdoor. We have that. What are we missing? Oh, slabs. I'm assuming that's going to be a saw. Yeah. All right, and then we need an oak door. Oops. What if we do this? Oh, it's cycling, that's why. So it's just planks, a screw, slab. Oh, trapdoor. Okay. So something like that. I'm assuming a hammer. Whoops, that's a screwdriver. Where's my hammer? Am I going crazy here? Oh, the hammer's right there. And I had the recipe backwards, so that doesn't help. So you draw it in L. Trapdoor. Hammer. Screwdriver? Nope. File? Nope. Screwdriver. Oh, saw. You need a saw at the bottom. There we go. Oak door. We'll take the pressure plate. How about that? Okay, so I was doing some exploring because we needed some redstone, and I found some redstone in a small vein, which is good. we are going to possibly explore a spawn room real quick. There was a spawner that I spotted. Let me just grab some stone real quick. We're gonna play a bit risky here. I think it was just going down more. We're gonna be a bit risky with this. I should probably have some armor or something, but we like to take risks, right? Alright. Let's go take a look at what is in here. Sounds like nothing is spawning. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh my god, he shoots very fast. Okay, so I actually had to stop there real quick. You probably heard my phone going. I did die trying to get that. So I came back to the base and I just basically went out that way a little bit to explore more chunks of our ore spawns. Or for ore spawning, and then I ended up creating some new chests so we can sort things out a little bit easier, because it's a mess. This base is a mess right now. Okay, so we have the tin that we need. We have the iron. I don't think we have the copper. Think we still need it. Yeah, so we have copper there. Whoops. Yeah, only that one. So I am going to work on getting some copper, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, so I am back from mining, and I actually did quite a bit. I just logged in for today. This is all yesterday, so I went around looking for some redstone, found redstone, copper, tin, pretty much everything that we need to get going here. The only thing is that there's not a lot of tin. We got a bunch of copper though. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we have a good amount of tin, so I'm not too concerned. I did some stuff off camera, just made some mortars, and then getting stuff ready for making some bronze. So if we look at this quest, making bronze, that was very loud for no reason. It's pretty much just combining bronze dust together, which is not too hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to mortar both the copper and the tin here. Whoops. And then we're going to combine 3 and that to make some bronze. Now bronze, I'm pretty sure, could just be fired in a regular furnace here. Yeah, so we'll just throw that into a furnace. We do have some. Let's try this cactus charcoal while we're at it. So yeah, so now that we got that going, we're just gonna wait for this to finish up. And then we're gonna be able to start making the boiler, which I actually already added the recipe in here. Now, this, whenever you, so I can show how this works. This is pretty cool. This is a auto crafting system that's already built into um, the pack, and you don't actually need an auto crafter or anything. You just need your inventory. Whoops, I'm pretty sure you need a standard crafting table. I don't think you could do it on a crafting station. It's nice you can just leave things in there and then come back to it. But we're gonna place this down anyways. We'll place it right here. So if I hold shift on this, you'll see that there is items that are missing. So if I press shift C on this, it'll start crafting everything. So we need some 14 iron, which I think we have. We're close. I don't think we have enough. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to get some iron going here. We also need some cobblestone, flint, and a wrench. I think we have a wrench, if I'm not mistaken. I think we crafted one, right? Yes. Cool. So we have a wrench already. And if you see, it's updating as I'm going through. Remainders basically just means that like whatever will be left over after you craft it. That's how I take it. So we need like cobblestone, flint still. We need one more flint. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some of these resources and also let this smelt up because this is gonna take a little bit, and we'll be back once we're ready to fully craft the boiler. Alrighty, so I am back. I've got everything that we should theoretically need. There's nothing missing. Okay, so first things first, we need to get some pipes to pipe the steam out. So this should be relatively easy. So if we just come over to a table and press Shift and C. Whoops. Is it just Shift C? Yeah, Shift C. Ah, there we go. So I crafted a pipe. And now we got that. We'll take these iron chest upgrades. That's kind of big for us, actually. And then we're going to make this boiler. It looks like everything is optional up to the steam or the small coal boiler itself. So we will just press Shift C on that. Oh, I think we're just out of space. I think we could drop that on the ground. I think we just need space. Whoops. I don't think we need all these mortars. All right, let's try that again. So Shift C. There we go. So it crafts everything for you, so you don't have to go through all those recipes, which is super nice. All right, so we got that. We'll take the fluid pipes. When all you have is a hammer, the whole world looks like a nail. Okay. When looking for good materials, see GregTech Materials tab in NEI. Remember that NEI bookmarks are your friends. Your GregTech tools each have special uses. Screwdriver used on covers to change behavior or on machines to change their input mode. Wrench to change the output direction on a GregTech machine or to break it. Can also disconnect pipes and enable their built-in shutter. Crowbar, remove covers from pipes, machines or pipes. Wire cutters, connecting or disconnecting wires, cables. Soft mount, turning machines on and off. Hammer, prospecting ores for ores in a limited way in front of you. Smashing ore blocks into crushed ores or muffling machine sounds. Plunger, drain fluids from a machine or tank. On a side note, tin pipes need a steel wrench to dismantle, so don't place them randomly. Pay attention to material levels. Okay, that's relatively easy. So we'll have to make some more tools, but the boiler was the very first big one that we wanted to get up and running. And that did unlock Steam for us, which is very, very massive. So we'll claim that. Steam alternatives. There is more than one way to get Steam for your machines. This is a completely optional quest line. It shows you some alternative methods for producing Steams. For the ones that need glass, you'll need to progress a few more quests to see how to do it. Though you could also make it now if you know how to use NEI to find the recipe. Okay. So we can make a steam furnace, which will be probably pretty useful for us. We need to make some hoppers, which we'll add the recipe here because we're going to use a lot of hoppers. Trade 3 basic loot to get one better. Okay, so you can upgrade the tiers. And this is to basically start smelting alloys, which is going to get us more advanced alloys. So this is going to be probably one of the first big things that we're going to want to do. Now, the one thing that we do need to pay attention is that I believe that these machines, if I'm not mistaken, do create some pollution. There we go. So there's the 0.5 tier little jingle. I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I think we're going to end off the video here. Actually, you know what? Why don't we go a little bit further? I think we can go further. Okay, so I'm working on making some more items for us to complete a couple more things here. So before we go into this quest, let's go back to the Steam one, and we're going to work on getting the Steam alloy smelter. So Steam alloy smelter. We're just missing some bricks here. If you're not, we are almost done making them. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's actually just finish making all these. Cool. Let's put away... let me just do this. As you can see, I made some iron chests as well, in addition to the upgrade that we have. I also added the short recipe. Makes it pretty easy. Honestly, it's very useful, not having to go through and craft everything myself. I will say that it's very, very nice. I don't think we need... yeah, we do need that. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's cool. I like that. We'll leave that on for now. It's pretty cool. I don't think we can autocraft in here. I mean, we can give it a shot. Okay. So hold Alt for keys and Shift C. Shift C. Oh, you can craft it here. Cool. So there's that. And then this one we need some more bronze. I don't think we have enough bronze yet. Probably should make more. Let's see here. Copper. Whoops. I can't spell. CU. Alright, I am going to have to make some more copper here. I think if we get away with that, and we only need 110, right? Tin dust. Just smelt both of them real quick. Luckily, that's not too difficult. We've got a bunch of creosote still. Oh, well, you know what? We don't have enough. Actually, no. What am I talking about? We have enough. We have a mass mortar. Just need to do that. And then make you into a dust. That gives us 10. Throw that back in here real quick. That should give us enough. And we need flint while we're at it. That should be all the flint we need. Yep. And oops, there's not enough in there. Should have enough charcoal though. Throw it in here. Need some iron. I need to make another hammer. Should only need one though. Cool. And if we do, whoops, this, we should have. Am I missing something here? Ah, okay, yeah, we do need a bit more. Alrighty, I will be back once we have some more. Alrighty, so I am back, and we have everything to make the steam furnace. So Shift C. Whoops. Is it Shift C, right? Oh, on the bookmark group. That's right. And oh, there we go. Cool. So we have all three of the steam things that we need to start getting steam going. What I am gonna do is actually build like a new little area for it. This is gonna be kind of like the storage room for now, and like general crafting room. I definitely want to build a hammer at some point. This is getting a little bit tedious over here. But I do want to build this out, and also gives us access to the other side of this coke oven, which is pretty nice. So we do have one major step that we have to make until we can start using Steam. And you probably saw that in my last clip, which was having that multi-block that we're going to need to make in order to collect water. So if you don't know, water is not infinite in this pack, so it makes things very hard to craft, especially if they wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do a 9x9. Direwolf 20 special here. Let's sleep before it gets bad. Essentially what we're going to do is going to get that infinite water, or quote unquote finite water, not infinite water, big difference. And it needs to be exposed, so that's why we're going to have this corner open here. So let's build this little room out. Ideally we'd want to get the multi-block down first. It is going to peek out of this room here, so it'll probably peek out with these 3 blocks. Actually, you know what? Why don't we have the full 9x9 outside, or 3x3 outside for it? Probably help out a bit. So let's knock this all down here. Little tiny platform. I think it's going to kind of just be how we build out this platform here, is that we just start digging out and making a flat platform across this. I do plan on getting into bees relatively early. The earlier we get to start on the bees, the more useful it becomes over time. So what I am going to do for now is just close that off. And then let's see what we need for that multi-block. Actually, why don't we make that the next episode? Yeah, I feel better about that. So, we got all three of the Steam machines that we need to get started. So we have the alloy smelter, this furnace, and the coal boiler. Um, we also will need to worry about the pollution. I think there are things to work on pollution, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be some research I'm going to do off camera. Let's take a look at the comments from the last video. HMG service commented, been waiting for somebody to start a series I could follow while making my own. I'm not too far ahead of you and at episode 20 in their own series. Best pack I've ever played. Hope you come to agree. Looking forward to following you on your journey and subbed. I returned this sub 100%. I really, really appreciate it, and I actually did start watching a little bit of their series, and I find it interesting. Definitely a different perspective of the pack and stuff, which is always cool to see. And like I said, it kind of sparks inspiration. Whenever like I watch another series, it's like, oh, that's kind of like a cool way of thinking of things. It makes it a little bit easier to play the pack alongside somebody. Not saying that I need to rely on somebody, but it definitely makes it easier. Oh, I can throw this in here. That is the one thing I've been starting to try to do is putting the coal in here, so I'm making coal coke instead. But yeah, I definitely am enjoying the series so far, playing it, and definitely makes me think a bit. I feel like I actually have content to record when I'm coming to play the pack. Not that vanilla, I don't feel that. I think with vanilla, it's just you're gathering a lot of resources and spending a lot of resources. Where this is like you're gathering a lot of resources to make one or two like leaps and bounds of resources in the future. So I definitely am enjoying it, So I am definitely going to continue this pack. I think we'll probably get to the end goal at some point. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I am live every once in a while, working on some things off camera. Well, technically on camera, but because it's just stream. But you know what I mean for YouTube videos. But yeah, all right, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, have a good one.